Hey, how's it going? Today, I'm gonna tell you why I love this new show, Koala Man. So, the story of Koala Man is about Kevin, a middle-aged dad who takes it upon himself to become the defender of Dapto as the masked koala-themed vigilante. But his way of serving and protecting his home is helping and enforcing trivial tasks and regulations, like helping his neighbors with their DVR or saying somebody's lawn is too long. But the out-of-nowhere situation he gets himself into is where the show gets really good. It reminds me of regular show, and the way Mordecai and Rigby are doing mundane tasks, but then end up unleashing a demon, interacting with aliens or even gods, and then right after going about their day like nothing ever happened. All of this brings me to my first point on why I like this show so much. How absurd and crazy everything can get, even from the mundane things of our world. Like in one of the first episodes, one of the plot points is Kevin forgot to take out his bins, and because of that, the whole town doesn't do it. So, in a result, nobody takes out their trash and it all gets piled up. And because of that, some crazy stuff happens that unleashes a monster upon the town. Those are part of the bigger beats in the story, but I do like the smaller things, like how everybody around Kevin, when he's Koala Man, thinks he's really crazy and openly say he's going through a midlife crisis. It's just how they all react to him, about a guy who's dressing up as a superhero, but just doing like really trivial stuff, and that doesn't really matter, and mostly getting in the way of everybody. But despite all that, he believes it's his destiny to be a superhero, and defend his family and home from whatever comes their way. My second reason for liking the show is the characters. There's Kevin, his family, and his group of pals he hangs out with. I'll quickly go over all the characters since there's not much to them, but they're still good characters regardless. I'll start with his wife Vicky. She doesn't outright oppose him being Koala Man, but isn't totally on board either. I think mainly because she's having a midlife crisis about settling down and not doing all she wanted to do. But she does still support him any way she can, and at the end of the day, she still loves him. Next is his son Liam. He's a kind-hearted, gullible little kid who looks up to his dad like he's a larger-than-life superhero. He's usually dragged into shady or sometimes outright dangerous situations by his sister, Allison. She's a typical teenage girl only caring about her popularity, but takes it to an extreme degree, stooping to extreme lows and making diabolical plans to knock off the top girls so she could become the most popular and most powerful girl at her school. The other people he hangs out with are his friends, Spider, Basil, and Jenny. Each of them support his Koala Man adventures. Spider is Kevin's main friend, and the only one outside his family to know his true identity. He reminds me of Ned from Shaun of the Dead. How he's kinda carefree, a little bit lazy, but all around a nice guy and actually cares about his friend. Basil is a crazy old grandpa. That's pretty much it. And Jenny is a kind-hearted girl helping out any way she can, and has a crush on Koala Man. I find all three of them enjoyable to watch, whether it's Basil saying crazy old man stuff, or Spider just being lazy or just saying random things, or Jenny just kind of being a very kind person and not really subtly showing how much she actually cares about Koala Man. Outside of these groups, another main character is the mayor, Big Greg. He's annoyed by Koala Man and his antics. At first, he just seems like a hard ass, only cares about his political image, but by the end we find out some stuff about him, and I think his character grew and became more likable because of it. My next reason why I love this show is simply because it's easy to watch. The show knows what it is. It's not a deep story with many twists and turns with complex lore and deep characters. It's just a fun show to watch. It's a kind of show where you can just have it on in the background and you just kind of turn off your brain, chill out. What I like to do is I like to have it on and I like to listen to it while I draw or just chill out, just kind of hang out, have the show on, and I can watch it, and I can see something funny, and I just go back to what I'm doing. Or I can just sit down and just watch the whole season in one sitting. Since it's only 8 episodes long, it's not like I'm putting a lot of time and investment into the show, but it's long enough, and the story is well written enough to where it doesn't feel like I'm just outright wasting my time. My next reason why I like this show might sound silly, but it's because of how Australian it is. Surprising, I know. I mean, there's a lot of Australian themes in this Australian-made show. I mean, who would have guessed? But what I mean by that is, I like how different it is. Since I'm American, I'm only used to how life is in America. So it's really nice to watch TV shows that show different parts of the world, kind of like how you're watching anime, you know? One of the cool things I find about it is that I kind of get to peek into what life in Japan could be like, you know? And also other shows like Doctor Who. Hey, it's a British show, and I get to see the different phrases and the different way people talk and interact and all that kind of stuff. It's just really fun to see different parts of the world in TV shows and animation, and that's one of the reasons why I love this show so much. It's super Australian, the characters are really nice and likable, the story is pretty well written, and it's just easy to watch. Those are the main reasons why I love this show. And also, you know, it's a superhero show, and that's what I'm all about. So yeah, I can't wait for Season 2 to come out, and I can't wait to see where the story goes from here. I love this show a lot, and I hope you guys give it a shot watching it too. Anyways, thanks a lot for listening. I'll see you guys next time. See ya.